the game can see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go.
That shit.
You can treat me like you treat Kugan, you know?
IFL he doesn't hit the numbers we hit.
But he doesn't want to
roll it.
But he doesn't. It's rolling. He doesn't want to do that pay-per-view. You're a promoter.
What's going on, mate? Why are you hating on the boxing voice?
No,
I love the boxing voice.
Why are you so like you ain't got?
I've also
you
been
don't do
saying-
the numbers we do. Like that's
I've also
that's
been
like me
saying,
going
let's
up
do
to
a
like another
KSI
promoter. Going, you
pay-per-view.
don't do the numbers. Yeah.
I've also been saying.
But you do
KSI
that.
No,
Yeah, you do.
don't disrespect them to their face.
Yeah.
This is
To
boxing
their
voice,
face,
mate.
there you go.
Have some respect
Call
for
me
boxing voice.
Nescafe, this guy.
Nescafe.
But he don't want to get in the ring.
Mate, you're a hater.
I'm definitely not a hater.
Undercard of AJ Wilder, me and Kugan. Pay-per-view. Eddie's the promoter. Don't be scared. Cameras rolling. American versus a Brit.
I'll be honest,
Easily
this is
done.
getting a bit edgy now.
He's twiddling
mate.
his hair.
Dude,
Let's go. We're
don't
gonna
bite,
roll
mate.
it. We're gonna, ooh, he licked his lips.
Mate,
He licked his lips.
What's the split?
He licked his lips.
What's the split?
You're the A side.
Now ask him
I'm
what the
big,
split is.
I'm Big Baby Miller.
This is boxing voice. Massive.
Massive. I'm Big
massive.
Baby Miller, so I'm gonna take the low end. He's the A side.
Is he?
You can get
Simple.
10% then.
Simple.
Okay.
Simple.
10%.
See?
You're lucky you're getting 10% as well.
Simple.
Nescafe.
Take the fight. So,
Yeah.
Fury signs the top rank.
Oh yeah.
Talk to me. Your thoughts.
I didn't know anything about it. Obviously, I can't knock the move. I like the top ranked guys. Obviously, it's a strange move in relation to the Wilder fight. I think I don't want to say it kills it, but I liked the news because I started thinking about Joshua Wilder. I started thinking, wow, if I'm Deontay now, I go, do you know what? Let's just make the Undisputed fight. I hope he has the same mindset. So I guess a lot of people woke up yesterday morning sweating, and I was really interested with Deontay Wilder's comments yesterday, which was like, I'm not with any network. I mean, if I'm Showtime, if I'm Espinoza, I'm waking up in cold sweats right now, because he's a guy who's boxed on Showtime for a long time. He's just done a Showtime pay-per-view, and he's basically come out and said, I'm not with Showtime. So ESPN will be all over Deontay Wilder. Obviously, from a DAZN perspective, we'd love to be all over Deontay Wilder, but I just hope it brings us closer to the Undisputed fight. But Joshua's got to take care of business June the 1st, and if he does that, hopefully the Wilder fight could be next.
With him publicly saying that he's a free agent, can't we get a Gennady Golovkin 2-fight deal where, I mean, Gennady's...
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, Nessa, I know we've been like that. I can't get. Maybe you can help me.
I spoke to him yesterday.
But then
on
tell
the
him to
show.
call me. Just listen to me for 10 minutes. That's it. Because I can't get any communication with one member of their team. Honestly.
But you don't think things will change now?
Hopefully,
that
but
this
I've already reached
backdoor
out.
deal with
But
Fury and
I've
ESPN
already reached out. So why don't you message Deontay?
So you're telling me you reached out in the last 24 hours?
Yes.
To who?
Deontay.
Directly?
Yeah.
Via text?
Just to say, I can't get any response. Please, can you just listen to what I've got to say? So if you get the chance tonight, and I'm sure he's watching this interview, just message him and say, I spoke to Eddie, I think you should just give him 5 minutes. That's it.
But won't you just put it out there? Gennady's offer's out there,
No, it's
and
not.
everybody
No, it's
loves
not,
it.
Because, no.
The $45 million two-fight deal?
No. Listen, that's a reported offer. Nothing comes from me, nothing comes from DAZN in terms of numbers. That's not how we operate. If we get quizzed on numbers, he offered me this, he comes out. We're not talking publicly about offers. I'm just telling Deontay Wilder there is a deal to be done now to fight the winner of this fight for the Undisputed Heavyweight World Championship. That's it. So no BS, no Instagram, no nothing. Just give me 5 minutes of your time.
But Eddie, you're saying that the only gripe you have is if you feel that your messages are not being relayed. So put it out publicly.
No, but I don't need to. But I can send him a message and put it out publicly with the numbers. I'm just saying, I just want that communication. Like, in the end, if he won't even speak to me, I'll just send him an email with the numbers if that's what I have to do. But I would like the opportunity, when you're talking about a deal of this magnitude, to just pitch it to you. That's it. I'll fly anywhere in the US. Listen to me for 5-10 minutes. If you don't like me, if you want to tell me to fuck off after, no problem. I'll get on a plane and go home. You mustn't let opportunities and numbers like this not be heard. That's what I'm saying.
So now you expressed interest in the purse bid. With this whole Fury signing, that means that maybe the purse bid is more possible. Are you going to really bid?
Of course. I don't think it will go to. I think they'll pull out the fight.
You mean Fury?
Yes, I think he'll do something else.
Well, there is a quote by Bob Arum saying that he doesn't want the fight to happen straight away.
Maybe Wilder's speaking to ESPN. I don't know. Anything's possible. But you know, we got business. This is one of the reasons why we wanted to take things under our control, make our own decisions, get this done. We know what we're doing. And yesterday, when that broke, I was kind of like, God, I'm quite happy that we know what we're doing, because there's now so much confusion.
But I just don't get. You secure Danny Jacobs, and I don't mean you. I mean DAZN. You secure Danny Jacobs for Canelo.
Yeah.
You need to secure Wilder. He just came out and said he's a free agent.
That's
this
what we'd
is the
like to
time to make sure
that's what we're working
these
to
two
do.
heavyweights could be
Yes,
on
that's
DAZN.
what we're working to
How many
do.
subscribers would you gain if you had this heavyweight fight?
But how many subscribers are we going to get from Jacobs, Canelo, and also from Joshua Miller? Loads.
I hear you.
So we're in a great place. But all we want is just an opportunity to pitch. That's
So
it.
why don't you pitch directly to Heyman? I mean,
can do,
you hear
but they
all the
won't-
fighters
but they
saying,
won't- yeah, but they
call
won't,
Heyman.
because they don't want to deal with us. They don't.
So Heyman, you're saying Heyman
has
isn't
an
answering your
obligation.
calls?
Heyman has an obligation to deliver his fighters for Showtime and Fox.
But
you have
are
to
you
understand that.
saying Heyman isn't answering your calls?
Heyman's been emailed as well. Shelley's the main guy whose 6-7 emails have been unanswered. So, but again, I'm not looking to like badmouth anyone. I'm just saying, like, it's the undisputed fight. You've got to listen to the offer. Surely,
Is this new offer still going to have a 50-50 split if Anthony Joshua loses?
possibly everything's up for negotiation. I'll tell you what we might be willing to do, concede to. Maybe we'll do the fight in the US. And I told Shelley that before, and they still didn't answer. Like, it's gone from a one
Address
fight
this
to two
pre-sale.
fight.
Everybody's saying, oh, even Deontay came out
Yeah.
on my show and said, no, Eddie bought all those tickets to make it look like AJ's a
Oh,
star.
come on, mate. I don't need to buy the tickets. It doesn't work like
People
that.
are saying it's resellers like StubHub
listen.
buying them because they know that AJ's
Mate,
fans are going to travel.
Ask MSG. Ask MSG. This is double the number of any other boxing event in the history in terms of dollars sold last week. We don't need to buy any tickets.
So what does this prove for AJ?
Nothing. Listen, it's still got a long way to sell out. We're probably going to be at 10,000 by the end of today. Still got another 8,000 or 9,000 to sell. It's not all sold out, all singing and dancing, but it's a great start. It shows that AJ has the potential to be a big star in the US, but it's also the World Heavyweight Championship. It's a big thing in New York. You know, it's a Brit against a guy from New York. So we're not coming in saying AJ's the biggest star in the US. He's got a lot of work to do in the US. What we're saying is, what a great start. Too many haters out there. Oh, Eddie Hearn's bought. Well, fucking hell, you serious? Buying the tickets? Do me a favour. Next, I'm not being funny. I don't need to buy the tickets because I know people are going to buy the tickets. So it's not my responsibility to worry about the gate. I'm not worried about
But
the gate.
isn't that the same reason that the resellers are buying them because they know they can mark them up?
Maybe. That's not my business. You're always, for big sold out events, you're always going to get resellers. And actually in America, that's more common and accepted than it is in Britain. When I go to a hotel in America, I go, oh, can I buy a theatre ticket? Oh, they're all sold out, but these guys are selling them at 3 times face value. It's almost like accepted. So any event that's major, resellers, agents, hospitality companies are going to want to buy them to take a position on tickets. It's nothing new. What I can tell you is we outsold Canelo on general sale even after an hour through day one. And speak to MSG, they'll give you the facts. If you don't believe me, it's a stock listed
Since
company.
you're comparing, are we going to get some viewership numbers? We didn't get any for Povetkin.
Well, you did, but you listened to Mike Coppinger, who come out and said something like it done 20,000.
So what was
buys.
the viewership?
Very, very good. And the viewership numbers on DAZN.
That's not a number, Eddie.
Yes, it's not my. I'll speak to DAZN. It's not. I don't work for DAZN. It's not my obligation to give you the numbers. Just like it's not for a promoter to give you exact pay-per-view figures until it's released by a network. What I'm telling you is, and I'll give you one fact. More people will watch this fight, Miller Joshua, on DAZN than watched Fury against Wilder on Showtime pay-per-view. And secondly, and the better comparison, more people will watch Miller against.
But how would you be able to prove that? Right. It's easy to say that they're going to do better, but can you
Because
prove
it's
it?
peanut numbers. Listen, I'll give you an example.
Peanut numbers. AJ did
300,000.
300,000 every time he was
Okay.
on Showtime.
This is what I'm about to
How is
tell
he
you.
going to do
This is what-
300,000 on an app that doesn't have the same subscriber
It
base?
has a much bigger subscriber base. But
So then why are they not releasing numbers?
Because they don't have
Canelo
to
just
really.
fought. We didn't get no numbers.
Canelo against Danny Jacobs. After that, I'll give you a number.
Jacobs, the last fight with Fielding, what's
yeah.
those numbers?
Speak to DAZN.
You are the zone.
I'm not DAZN.
You
I
took
wish I
that
was
role.
DAZN. I
You
wish I
took
was
that
DAZN.
role.
Matchroom.
No, I'm matchroom.
No,
Thank
he
you, sir.
took that role as the face of the zone. You are the
No, no.
spokesperson. You,
No, I'm
you
not a
speak
spokesperson for
them.
DAZN.
You
Certainly
speak for
not. You
them.
should know better than that. Speak to John Skipper. I'm telling you, million subscribers plus, in my opinion, through this fight. So I'll tell you one thing now. More people will watch Joshua Miller on DAZN than watched him fight on Showtime. How about that?
Okay.
How do we get the
But
numbers
we
to
need
compare it though?
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you, it's only 300,000.
Exactly.
It's well over 300,000 subscribers. You don't think that after this
Doesn't
Joshua
mean
Miller fight-
300,000 people will be sitting in front of the
because they'll
app
have over
at
a
that
million
time.
subscribers. So it's only 300,000. It's nothing.
We need proof.
No, you don't need. Listen, who needs proof? You do.
The world.
The world don't need proof.
Eddie,
the world
question,
needs
do you-
money, water, and food.
Eddie, do you think Joshua will be a big star?
We need good boxing fights.
Of course, we've seen today that this is the biggest pre-sale ever done at Madison Square Garden. You'll see, great turnout, all international media.
Are you going to keep bringing them back to America?
We might have to, because we might not be able to get the fight we
Now
want in the
Fury's
UK.
here.
Yeah. So it's not our aim. I mean, you've seen what we've been doing in the UK.
Better sell it
90,000,
out.
80,000. He's sold 350,000 tickets in the last 4 fights. So he's a massive star, but he's chose to come here, and every time we come here, like today, the New York Stock Exchange, this is a good move for us. This is a good
Absolutely.
Move.
Hey, Eddie, now that,
Eddie, why isn't it priority? He's the last champion with the only belt without a television U.S. distributor. Like, why is that not priority? I'm scratching my head. Deontay Wilder. We now know Fury has a
It's not
contract.
my business, mate. I don't.
What you mean? You have the undisputed champion, right? Or you want to make him undisputed, so you need that last piece of the puzzle.
What are
Why
you
not
asking me to do?
solidify that?
Sign Deontay?
Absolutely.
Love to.
So then, what's
Love
going
to.
on?
Trying.
Send those offers out. Look, right
Trying.
here.
Are you
I
guys-
don't do it on Boxing Voice. I'd like you to send him a message, please.
Hey, Eddie, are you willing to give Deontay a $100 million contract, $100 million contract? Like, we seen
100
Tyson Fury.
million.
Tyson Fury just got $100
Really?
million.
Who told you
Who's
that?
the source on that? I haven't seen that.
Well,
I'm serious. I haven't seen
they
anybody
said that
like
80
legit.
million
6
pounds.
fights. No,
it comes
3
out to-
years, 9 fights. Right?
No, it's five fight deal.
Is it?
Tyson Fury.
I thought it was 3
Who's the
fights a
source?
year
We
over.
getting, we getting a bunch of
Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I've heard 3 fights a year over 3 years. That's 9
What
fights.
would you give a guy like Tyson Fury? What
think-
was
I think-
fair?
I think
You was
that-
offering him $3 million for tuna pounds at
Pounds,
that.
yeah. But I think actually, if you look at it, that's $100 million. It's reported at $80 million. Is that right? It's $100 million.
I don't know who's reporting
Over
that.
9
I'm not
fights.
repeating that.
80 million pounds, $100 million.
Yeah, over 9
translated
fights.
to
More than fair.
Would you give that to Deontay Wilder?
9 fights.
No, we
Well, let's say 5 fights
Do you know what
as
though?
well.
We don't need Deontay Wilder for 9 fights. We just need to say, let's have a fight. If he doesn't want to commit long term, this is really simple. Have a fight in June or July or May, right? Brazil, Kanaki, like anyone like Joshua's having a fight with Miller, and then fight Joshua.
But that's not how you entice him. You're trying to entice Gennady Golovkin with a $22 million tune-up and then a Canelo fight.
But again, you're coming out with numbers that you've heard. Like, with all due
Well,
respect,
prove
Ness,
them
like,
wong.
It's not up to me to
Debunk them.
prove them wrong. What I'm saying to you is the numbers offered.
That's true.
It's not, is it? It's not.
Debunk them then.
No, I'm talking about live, not you. I'm sorry.
All right, yeah. I'm not here to tell you deny numbers.
All right, but that still has to be at least in the ballpark.
Listen, Ness, there will be a massive, massive offer.
So you're saying that
Deontay
offer for
Wilder.
Gennady's not even in the ballpark? Michael Coppinger, is that wrong?
It's not for me to say what the offer is for Gennady Golovkin.
I see the twitching of the eyes. We know what that means, body language. You seen Kugan, you seen the way he was
Ness,
moving.
just seriously, it's not really my place to talk about offers to fighters on the Boxing Voice. That's all. I think it's
IFL?
disrespectful at times. If people want to come out and say that I was offered this, I was offered that, no problem. But I'm not going to tell you about offers. And regarding Deontay, I don't want to get to a position where we were in before, where it was like, fuck Hearn. Well, I'm trying to be peaceful.
Yeah,
I'm
but
trying
back
to be under
then,
the
you were
but-
calling people Shelly and saying he didn't have
No,
a
not
profile.
Shelley.
Now
What,
you're
you
speaking
saying that I called
differently.
Shirley?
Yeah, you called Shirley Shelly.
No,
Whatever.
his name's Shirley.
All right, but you called him Shirley.
Now you're that confused. You think his name is Shirley.
Because of you.
That's your fault.
That's your popularity.
Now you think he's Shirley
That's your
Winkle.
popularity,
Very
and that's not how a fight gets made.
Look.
But now, if you say nice things in a person's ear, you
because
get more honey
I'm
with
trying,
sugar,
I'm
right?
trying that.
Bees with honey, then
trying,
sugar,
I'm-
whatever.
I'm trying that tactic. That's what I'm doing.
So put the offer out.
I will do.
I mean, Gennady's is out there.
Yeah, but I don't. You know. Anyway,
How much
You-
are you
you
guys
were
willing
walk-
to? Are
he
you guys
was
willing to
walking
do
around with a
50-50
bag.
for Deontay Wilder deal?
Say
He was
again.
walking around
Deontay
with a
Wilder,
bag for
Deontay Wilder
Javante.
wants the 50-50. You guys willing to do that? I mean, AJ said, he
No,
he
but
said
I think
that
there's
he wants-
concessions. I think that maybe we do the fight in America. I don't know. I mean, we've already talked about a 2 fight. Again, I don't want to go too deeply into it. Only that, having heard that he's a network free agent, ourselves, just like every other network out there, just like every other promoter, will be making a play.
Is this a one-fight deal for AJ in Madison Square?
Madison Square Garden? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not tied.
No, but they've been extremely good to us, and I rate this venue as the best in the world. So
Over the Barclay.
yes,
Because of the
because
nostalgia?
the nostalgia, the history, and the fact that it is absolutely bang smack in the middle of Manhattan, and it has the name. By the way, I love the Barclays, and I like the people there, and it's a wonderful arena. But for me, as a fight fan, this is it. This is everything.
Is AJ chasing the legacy of Lennox Lewis in a sense?
I'm not talking about Lennox Lewis. I don't like that man at the moment.
Why are you tight? Because Lennox wants you to be fair.
No, because listen, mate, you can't.
He wants you to be
You
fair.
can't preach what he's preaching. He's not. He's got an agenda. He's employed by the PBC.
Oh, now he has an agenda.
It's pretty obvious, mate. Read social media. I mean, read everybody's comments other than yours. But more importantly, he tried to sign Anthony Joshua. There's a lot of history there.
We know. But that doesn't make him bitter for life the way you're trying to portray it.
Let me tell you something now. After 22 fights, he just fought for the Commonwealth title.
You talking Lennox?
He just fought for the Commonwealth title.
He fought all the killers, though.
Who? Tell me the killers he boxed.
Vitaly.
Wait, by the way, that was a late notice, and no one knew about Vitaly Klitschko. Next one.
Rockman was a killer. You see what he did to him? You see what he did to him?
Yeah, but what?
Slap him.
Hold on.
So what are you going to do? Discredit Big Baby if he knocks out AJ?
No, of course not. But going into that, excuse me, going into that fight, had anyone thought that Hasim Rahman was a killer or even had a chance in that fight? No.
I mean, first
Did he fight
battle
Riddick
Hall of
Bowe?
Famers,
Did he fight Riddick Bowe when everyone wanted him to take that fight?
All right, but
Did he box Mike Tyson when he was in his absolute prime?
But that's not Tyson. That's not Lewis' fault. That's not Lewis' fault. Tyson went to jail.
Mate,
That's like us blaming AJ for not fighting Deontay.
All I'm saying is, legacy will tell you everything. Time will tell you everything you need to know. After 22 fights, Lennox Lewis had just boxed for the Commonwealth title. After 22 fights, Anthony Joshua has had 2 unification fights and 6 World Championship defences. So let's see.
You think you think Anthony Joshua is a better fighter than Lennox Lewis?
I think legacy tells you. I think at the moment, Anthony hasn't achieved what Lennox Lewis has achieved. Certainly not. Over time,
what do you think that is?
As going down as the best heavyweight of his era, and a legacy of being undisputed champion. That's what Lennox created, and you can't knock him for that. I just don't like his comments.
What does Joshua have to do in order to be known as the best heavyweight of his era?
To be undisputed, so to get that extra belt, and probably to beat the other champion, Wilder, maybe even Fury, maybe even. He's got to go for.
Does it have to be those 2 names though?
He needs to win the other belt.
So it's not the names; it's just the belt.
That's the focus. Whoever has that belt, he wants. That's the first priority, is to be undisputed. I think every young fighter's dream is to be undisputed champion.
I mean, you guys give Charles Martin, you guys overpaid Charles Martin to get the belt. Why not just give Deontay Wilder what he wants to get?
We have overpaid him already, in my opinion.
You overpaid Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, I believe so.
How's that?
Because we've given him an opportunity to earn multi times what he's ever earned before. And, we don't want to be disrespectful to him, but we've offered him, and we're talking about percentages that I think are very, very fair, in my opinion. You may know.
I saw you say that a rematch clause is. You said a rematch clause was standard, but when Deontay Wilder asked for a rematch clause, you said you sent a contract without a rematch clause.
He didn't ask for a rematch clause. He agreed to a rematch clause for Anthony Joshua. All the terms were agreed. You got to watch these interviews back, because I tell you before, all the terms were agreed in writing.
You said that. You said you sent him a contract without a rematch clause.
Because that's what he agreed to.
Deontay Wilder agreed to a rematch clause.
Yes, and Shelley Finkel and all the team. A rematch calls for Anthony Joshua. Then they came.
Deontay Wilder wanted the rematch.
What I'm saying.
No, but Deontay Wilder wanted the rematch clause for himself.
No, he didn't.
He said it was a one-way rematch.
Because he agreed to those terms in writing. How many times do I have to tell you?
Still talking about old negotiations.
When will you put down
a
rematch clause for Anthony Joshua? Yes, we accept these terms. Please send a contract. Bang, a contract is sent. Then they come back. Oh, we don't accept a one-way rematch. Okay, you accept it before. The new offer had a 2-way rematch.
But why didn't you just send the 2-way rematch from the beginning?
Fuck me, because they agreed to it.
No, but I'm saying is you said you wouldn't. You told Dillian White you wouldn't allow a fighter.
What are we moving on to Dillian White?
No, because I'm just going back to what you said.
Context, baby.
It was a voluntary defence.
No, what you said is you wouldn't let a fighter, a champion under your banner, fight without a rematch.
In a voluntary defence. In a voluntary defence. Absolutely. I would be a mug. Ask any.
But Deontay Wilder's the longest reigning champion in the sport of boxing right now. Why not just give him a 2-way rematch clause to begin with?
Not to begin with, because we're negotiating. I sent them the terms, they accepted it.
But you knew he wasn't going to accept a one-way rematch clause.
He did, in writing.
We need to stop. Eddie, changing the subject real quick, what do you think about Tyson Fury's deal?
Good for him. I like ESPN.
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.